Hello, my name is Steven Dempsey and I'm a photographer, and I live in the Sammamish area, actually on Pine Lake, and my passions are mainly landscape photography, but I do a lot of portraiture. But for this particular fair I'm going to be doing landscape work mainly.
Oh, that's wonderful, Stephen. Thanks so much for coming today so we can have a chat to you about your wonderful photography.
Thanks for having me.
And so I would like to ask you actually about this piece that you've brought with you today. And so you're going to bring this to the art fair with you?
Yes. So even though I am a photographer, a lot of people think that they have a kind of a painterly quality. Mm-hmm. And so what I try to do is, I find that there's a real restriction in just being able to represent, you know, a three-dimensional reality in just two dimensions. And so what I try to do is, in post, I do add textures to the pictures that kind of give it an emotional quality. Right. And the kinds of things that I look for, well, everything inspires me. So when people ask me what inspires me, you know, I say everything, because the world is full of interesting things to photograph. But I do gravitate towards things like reflections. Light is a big thing, obviously, as a photographer. So my family and I were actually on a trip, and we were just looking around, and I always have a camera in my pocket or in my hand. And we just were driving by this house, and it just immediately evoked this sense of like a haunted house. It had a little bit of mystery to it. The reflection really made it special. So I just jumped out and took a couple of quick snaps. I mean, I'm at the point now where I'm able to kind of pre-visualize exactly how I want it to be. So I don't have to sit there or stand there for, you know, hours setting it up. The other thing that's kind of forces me to work fast is the fact that I do a lot of natural light landscapes. I'm not pulling out big lights to supplement what's already there. Right. So when I see light hitting something, I know that I've sometimes got a matter of seconds to capture it. So this particular one had a different kind of a challenge. The wind was blowing, and it was causing a lot of ripples on the reflection. And so every now and again it would stop and the reflection would be still. And so I had to wait for that moment, and in this case there's a little bit of ripple there, which is good because it kind of gives a little bit of a depth to it.
Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah, but so that was a situation where I knew I had to wait because I knew exactly what I wanted to get. So as soon as I saw that moment, I
took
clicked. Yeah. And so, you know, a lot of what I do is kind of like that. With landscape photography, it's all about capturing the light. Right. And a lot of the time I'm kind of chasing it. And so I love to get up in the morning at, you know, just before the sun rises, get out and go down to Carnation, which is my favorite area. And, you know, I go and study a place, and I kind of know where the light's going to hit something. And so I may go back there 10 times before I get a shot that I want. But I study it. I know the birds that are there. I can almost predict when they'll fly. Yeah. You know? So it's things like that. A lot of it has to do with research and really kind of becoming one with the landscape. It's not necessarily all about luck. I believe that you make your own luck. So
absolutely,
So that's that. And then I also do a lot of portraiture as well, and that's also near and dear to my heart. But I won't be doing it in this particular fair. But you know, it's making a connection with people through photography is just an amazing experience also.
That's fabulous. I love that. And can you tell us, what is it that's drawn you to the Sammamish Arts Fair now? Have you done the fair before?
No. Okay. I have actually never displayed my work physically before. It's the very first time I've done this.
This is your first time? Yes, okay, right.
Most of what I've done has been online. So this is kind of an interesting new dimension for me. Yeah. My background is in videography, so again, you know, I'm not displaying anything physical aside from being on the screen itself. So I graduated from videography to photography, and so still was working in the screen medium, essentially. Okay. So yeah, it's a brand new experience. I really wanted to get out and connect with people, and you know, in the traditional sense, from a photographic standpoint, printing is a way of almost making your work tactile. Right. And it has a completely different emotional quality when it's actually physically printed. Yeah. So my wife said, you know, you ought to get out there. And so
Great.
I saw, she actually forwarded me the email that
Oh,
mentioned
that's
the art fair.
fantastic.
And so I said, what the heck, I'll try it.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So-
Well, I have to say, I have been looking through your portfolio online and your website, and I absolutely love your photography.
Oh, thank you
It's
very
just
much.
beautiful. It really speaks to me. So I'm very excited to see what else you're going to bring to the fair.
Yeah, the other thing that is interesting about the fair is that the Sammamish one, anyway, I don't have a lot of experience, as I mentioned, but it has a sense of kind of easy community. It's
Yes.
it's not artsy, you know, in the classic sense, where you know there's a kind of there's steps removed from the audience and the artist.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I like to connect with people.
Yes.
I don't like to put on airs. I mean, being an artist is a great gift, and I believe you squander it if you go around, you know, and your ego is taking it over. So, but anyway, basically, I love how casual this is. Although everyone takes it very seriously, it's still is a very casual kind of environment, and makes it easy to meet people and to essentially, you know, glean experience from other artists. Things that I would never have done.
It's
had I
very
been sitting-
true, and it's a wonderful sense of community at the art fair. I've been doing it for a while, and I just love going back every year. So,
And you know, one of the dangers with working alone is, of course, you are alone, and you tend to be reclusive, and you know, it really is a thrill for me to be able to share with other like-minded people for this fair.
Well, that's just fantastic, and so we're so looking forward to seeing you at the fair, Stephen.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'm honoured to be part of it.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thanks.